Today's gospel is John chapter 5, the famous story of Jesus healing the paralyzed man at the pool of Bethesda. Three phrases in today's gospel really stand out to me. First, Jesus says to the man, "Do you want to be well?" Jesus, are you kidding? This guy's been paralyzed for 38 years. Of course he wants to be well. But let's go deeper. Perhaps a man lost hope. Perhaps he gave up. Perhaps he became passive in seeking his own healing. That may be true with some of us as well. Perhaps we've been making the same mistakes, confessing the same sins year after year after year, and we've just given up and become passive in our own healing. So today, Jesus asks us, for real, do you want to be well? Really? If we answer yes, we remember the medicine of Lent, prayer, almsgiving, fasting. These medicines move us outside of ourselves that can be self-centered towards God and our neighbor, and inspire us to have real desire to make the changes so that we can be well and we can be healed. The second saying that stands out for me in the gospel is the paralyzed man's response. He says to Jesus, "Sir, I have no one to put me in the pool." I wonder, was this man ignored for many years? Today, in the time of local and international isolation, who are our vulnerable neighbors who are being ignored or neglected? Who do we need to lift up to Jesus? Social distancing goes against our own human instincts. But what can we do? A wise rabbi recently said, every hand that we don't shake must become a phone call that we should make. And every embrace that we avoid must become a verbal expression of warmth. And every inch and foot that we physically place between ourselves and other people must become a thought as to how we might be able to help the other. Consider St. Oscar Romero. Today we observe his 40th anniversary of martyrdom. How he accompanied the poorest of the poor in solidarity. How he proclaimed the new creation, and how he denounced injustice. The third saying that stands out for me, Jesus' words, "Go, rise, take up your mat, and walk." Jesus tells us the same thing. Get up, go into the pool, go into God's arms, go into Jesus' tender embrace. There's no social distancing between us and Jesus. In the first reading from Ezekiel 47, describes a redemptive river of mercy and invites us to leave the stagnant ponds of self-interest and to accept God's desire to heal us and refresh us. Wade in the water, let it get to our ankles, to our knees, to our waist, and swim. Swim with God. Close with Psalm 46. The Lord of hosts is with us. God is in our midst. The Lord of hosts is with us. God is in our midst. The Lord of hosts is with us. God is in our midst.